Ladies and gentlemen, All In 2024 is upon us. I am Andrew with Wrestling's Real, accompanied by Kyle of Wrestling's Real.
It's good to be here. I'm excited for All In. All In is, in my opinion, when it comes to AEW, this is like the big pay-per-view. You know what I mean? So it's special.
It's their big stadium show. They did it last year. Big impact on the wrestling business. Huge audience, huge crowd, and they're doing it again this year.
That night in Wembley.
When I
wrestle at Wembley.
We're actually recording this show on the Tuesday before Dynamite, so if any matches are announced after this, sorry. Tough shit. We're not gonna predict it. I'm sorry.
That's on Tony Khan for just slipping a match in there.
So my excitement level for this show, as a self-proclaimed AEW shill, my excitement level for this show isn't as high as it was last year. I mean, there was something in the air last year. It was like the perfect time. It was the perfect event, and AEW was just firing on all cylinders. Not so much this year.
I would say, like, I agree with you where it's not as hot as it was. And a lot, in my opinion, a lot has to do with it with WWE's huge boom lately. So,
oh yeah.
But that doesn't mean AEW hasn't been good. It's just different, and it's just a different style. You know what I mean? It just is. WWE is more of a very cinematic storytelling type deal. Type of wrestling, where AEW is more about putting on banger matches, and they really do. Sometimes it's over the top, and other times it's fucking awesome. So,
for sure. And I think that a huge contribution to AEW's, I don't want to say AEW's decline, because they haven't been on a decline like WCW 2000. We talked about it last week. I'm talking about they don't have that boogeyman anymore. And Vince McMahon, I think, was the boogeyman that AEW would always shit on. And now that he's gone and WWE is firing on all cylinders, I think that that's a huge detriment to AEW.
It kind of is, yeah, man. It's a great thing to not have Vince be a part of, wrestling. But that's kind of the reason why we lean towards AEW when Vince was running things, because when the product was shit on WWE's side, we could always just turn to the alternative. And AEW is still, in that case, it's still a great alternative, just in case WWE has their misses, which they do. They do.
For sure.
They miss sometimes, but lately it's been fucking banger.
It has been a banger.
Yeah.
Yeah, my excitement level for All In 2 in Wembley isn't as high as it was last year, but I'm not going to take anything away from the card. On paper, this is a pretty stacked card.
It is.
Kyle,
it's a pretty good card.
Kyle, what's your excitement level on AEW All In 2024 compared to last year's?
Well, you have to refresh my memory with last year's, because, I forget shit easily, but I'm sorry?
I was going to say, so last year, you had Punk still in AEW. You had Adam Cole and MJF in the main event.
Okay, so All In last year, was that the fight?
That was the Jack Perry Punk feud, yeah.
Okay, all right. That was a good fucking show.
It was a great show. I had such a good time watching it.
Yeah, that was a great show. You would have to refresh my memory of like the 25 matches that was on the fucking show, but I'm looking at the 2024 card right now, and it looks like it's gonna be a pretty goddamn good show. I feel like AEW, for the most part, when it comes to their pay-per-views, they deliver. Again,
they don't miss.
It's about the matches.
For sure.
They really focus on that. I think the matches are going to be amazing, but the thing is, I'm with you. The excitement level has kind of been, it's not there.
Without further ado, you want to get into the card?
Let's do it.
All right, let's get into the card. I wasn't going to cover the 0 Hour because A, they're probably going to announce more matches this week on Dynamite, but the 0 Hour usually isn't that important unless you factor in the Jack Perry Real Glass thing last year. That was pretty important. For All In 0 Hour 2024, the only match we have announced so far is Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii versus Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway. It looks hilarious on paper, and it's probably going to be hilarious, especially with Ishii and Stokely together in the same ring.
That sounds hilarious. Like that alone, I want to actually watch the 0 Hour. I was not expecting a mixed tag match to have Ishii in this.
Nah, me neither.
But yeah, I want to see Ishii beat the shit out of Hathaway.
And it's going to be sports entertainment in a nutshell. My pick, I got to go with Willow and Tomohiro Ishii for the win. Yeah. Only because, you want to set the groundwork for a more positive show, a more happy show. It's going to be a crazy atmosphere. And Chris Statlander and Stokely, they're not going to lose anything by losing this match. So
for the most part. I'm going with,
yeah.
Like, heels, they can get away with losing a bunch of times.
Especially Stokely, because he's more of a comedic figure on the show.
Stokely, yeah, he's a valet, basically. He's a manager. I'm going Ishii and Willow, obviously.
And it's only a matter of time before Statlander, goes into title contention and challenges Mercedes or whoever the women's champion is at the time. So yeah, Willow and Ishii for the win. We got the Casino Gauntlet match for a guaranteed world title shot. This is like the 15th Casino Gauntlet match we've had this year.
Yeah, they love doing this shit.
They love that Casino Gauntlet match. The only participant that is named right now, the only participant in the match that we have on paper is Orange Cassidy. I'm assuming they're going to add more names. They want to cram as many people on the show as possible.
All we know is Orange Cassidy?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So keep in mind, this is for a guaranteed world title shot. Doesn't say when, doesn't say where, but I can only imagine that they're going to stack this gauntlet match. And there's going to be a few surprises.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited for the surprises. That's what makes it, intriguing. I think it would make sense for Hangman to win.
Yeah.
I would love to see Adam Page win.
It would make sense.
It just makes sense.
He has unfinished business with Swerve Strickland.
Oh yeah, and
he also has unfinished business with Danielson. So you're going with Adam Page for the win?
Yeah.
So I think it's a no-brainer to have Okada win.
Really? Oh, that's very interesting.
Because I hope he's in the match, because I'm going to look like a moron if he's not in the match.
That would be great.
Kazuchika Okada has felt like a secondary character on this show. And yeah, he's funny in his backstage promos with the Bucks, but we haven't seen the Okada of old. We have yet to see the actual Rainmaker really make a name for himself in AEW. I would have him win this match and then challenge Bryan. Spoilers, I think Bryan's going to win the title, but you can have Bryan and Okada 3. You can do that at Wrestle Dream or Arthur Ashe. Like, that's a huge match.
Mm-hmm. I like that prediction.
Yeah, that would be a huge win for Okada, especially, he's been in this elite storyline that hasn't really gone anywhere, and he's kind of been a background player, and I would love to see him get the spot that he deserves. And he still deserves it. Okada is the shit.
Yeah, I agree when it comes to the Okada part. I love Okada. Okada is one of my favorite, just wrestlers currently.
Definitely.
Him and Kenny Omega are the reason why I got into New Japan, and then my interest shifting to Ring of Honor and the other independent promotions around 2017. They are the reason. So Okada is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. I would love to see him to get that push, but I think in this time right now, Andrew, Okada doesn't really need the push because we know he is fucking God already. Just to play devil's advocate here, I think Okada is just trying to have the most fun he can possibly can.
No, I
right
know,
now.
and he is having fun. You can tell he's the Continental Champion. As we're recording this, he's going to have a match with Claudio Castagnoli tomorrow, and that's going to be a banger. In terms of surprises for that match, I would love to see Ricochet make an appearance.
Ooh, wow. Well, doesn't he have like a 90-day gimmick?
I think his contract expired. He wasn't released, so he can show up wherever.
Oh, let's fucking go. Bring it on.
Yeah. Are you familiar with Michael Oku from Rev Pro?
Michael Oku.
He's a British wrestler. He just had a match with MJF in Rev Pro. Him and Ospreay had a crazy match last year.
No, I am not familiar with him.
Michael Oku, he's a British wrestler. He is fucking incredible. I would love to see him make an appearance. There's so many things you can do. But let's move on to the London ladder match for the AEW World Trios Championship. We got the Bang Bang Gang, Juice Robinson and the Guns, the House of Black, Malachi, Brody King, and of course Buddy Matthews. A mystery team. So this will probably be announced by the time this video goes up. The mystery team will already be announced. I don't know who the hell it is, but. And then we also have the Patriarchy, Christian Cage, Nick Wayne, and Killswitch.
Fun. Who's the mystery team?
I don't know who the mystery.
Make a prediction. This is a prediction show, right?
I mean, trios wise, if I don't know. Dustin Rhodes has been on a tear in Ring of Honor, so I think maybe him and the Von Erichs, it would be a good moment for them. Yeah, because they're the Ring of Honor Trios champions right now. So
that's cool. I thought you were going to come up with something like funnier or something.
I don't know. It can be anything. I don't know who this mystery team's going to be.
It could be like a hometown team.
Oh, it could. I'm not too familiar with the British wrestling scene.
Dude, I'm not either.
You can get Grado and two other guys. I don't know. I absolutely love what they're doing with the Patriarchy as the Trios champions.
Oh, they're funny as fuck.
I love that Killswitch is not recognized as a champion. Mama Wayne is technically the third champion in that team. So she's not going to be in the match. Killswitch is going to wrestle on her behalf. I think that the Patriarchy storyline is too great right now to take the titles off of them that soon because they just won them. I say Patriarchy retains.
Huh, really?
Yeah. Christian's doing some of the best work of his career right now, and you don't want to flounder that. I say Patriarchy retains.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I don't really see...
Unless the mystery team is so good, I don't know.
Yeah, true. But either the mystery team or the Patriarchy, probably. I love the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. Not Scissor Gang, the Bang Bang Gang, my bad. I'm so used to saying Bang Bang Scissor Gang.
Me too.
That was a good thing. It only lasted like 2 weeks.
It means it made an impact on you.
I love the Bang Bang Gang, though. I really do. But they're probably not going to win because they're already champs. So, let's go Patriarchy.
We got the AEW World Tag Team Championship match. It's FTR versus the Acclaimed versus the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks, since they won the titles at Dynasty in the ladder match with FTR, they've only defended the titles once. It's been a very lackluster tag reign.
Yeah, it hasn't been hitting, huh? It just hasn't.
No, I think that's a result of the storyline. I think they're doing kind of what... Remember in like 2018, Brock Lesnar was the Universal Champion, and they made him out to be like super lazy, and he didn't want to work, and he had this thumb on the company. I think that's what the Bucks are kind of.
We don't want to fucking see that anymore. There's a reason why we don't want to talk about that shit. There's a reason why that sucked.
Yeah, the Bucks are trying to be as heelish as possible, and if they can not defend the titles, I guess that's heel heat. I think it's terrible.
It is heel heat, but it's like it's just at this point. Come on, guys! Like it's just put the titles on someone else.
I'm going with the Acclaimed here. I'm going with the Acclaimed.
Okay.
Yeah, they've only had the titles once, I believe, and it was a great reign. It was a really good reign, and I think that the Acclaimed, they still have a lot of gas left in the tank. FTR, I'm not saying they're washed by any means, but I think that the Acclaimed could probably use them, and they could probably use a heel turn, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a good thought. Honestly, I was not thinking the Acclaimed at all. Maybe I was thinking maybe the Bucks just fucking doing something stupid,
And retaining.
Yeah, but I honestly, I do love FTR. But FTR does not need them. They are
They don't.
one of the greatest tag teams currently, if not the. So they really don't. I'd love to see FTR win, because why the fuck not? They have the greatest tag finish. So
oh yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing that. I kind of want FTR, man.
Okay, bold pick.
Yeah, give me FTR just to reset this tag division. Let's I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the Acclaimed personally. I know these are predictions, and not
this
like
isn't
on
necessarily
who I like, but
yeah.
But still,
So you're going with FTR in this one?
Yeah, let me go FTR. But I do want to say I haven't been so fresh with like AEW's, if you want to call it, storylines. That was kind of a shot.
Not really.
There is some great stuff, but I don't watch Dynamite consistently, and I never watch Collision, because why? I'm just not gonna watch it. I'm sorry. There's too much wrestling. There's too much wrestling, Andrew.
Kyle, I completely understand.
I can barely finish SmackDown. I can barely finish Raw. Raw is like the best show currently for me. I do love Joe Hendry on Tuesdays, but
well, the thing is, Kyle, you're a young buck.
Man.
You're a young buck, no pun intended. You're a young buck in your 20s. You got better shit to do on a Saturday night. You don't want to watch Collision.
Yeah, man. Play Marvel Rivals.
Or watch Alien Romulus in theaters now.
In theaters now. It was okay. First 30 minutes. Oh, it had great reviews, which made me want to watch it, right? I thought it was gonna be like a very horror-based type deal. There's some great actors in it. There's a guy who plays an android. He is great.
Oh, sweet.
But it felt like Rogue One.
Oh God, where you don't care about anybody.
Where the first 30 minutes, I'm really liking it. I'm loving where this is going. This could be the greatest thing ever. And then they rely on, a CG dead actor face.
Oh no.
And it's like, ugh, really? It's so distracting. It is so fucking distracting.
Back to the the
you gotta keep the Alien Romulus thing, right? You're gonna keep that in? Oh, okay.
I'll keep that
You're
in.
your real one. All right, cool.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna keep that in.
It's organic, baby.
We got the For the World Championship.
Fuck you.
It's Hook versus Chris Jericho. Man, this learning tree thing. People jack off Chris Jericho and say he's a creative genius. He always reinvents himself.
At times he can be.
At times he can be a genius, but this is just not it. I say,
really,
take this learning tree thing, take it out back behind the shed, and just put a goddamn slug in its head, because it is.
Damn.
It's got legitimate go away heat with me, where it's not funny. I don't think it's entertaining. I do like Brian Keith. I love Big Bill. I just think there's no genuine chemistry between all of them. I think it's just force feeding the audience.
I agree with it. The chemistry.
And the thing is, they're completely self-aware, because Chris Jericho has a segment called TV Time, because everybody jokes about, oh, Chris Jericho, he has so much fucking TV time, and it's true. But because you're self-aware, it doesn't mean that it's good or funny or entertaining. Every time TV time's on, I take a piss.
Yeah, when we watch AEW, we're not here to watch fucking third-party cutting edge. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm here to watch fucking wrestling, okay?
Yes.
That's it. Yeah. This is excluding promos, obviously. need to be in the show.
No, you need promos, but
this dumb fucking I'm gonna have a dumb like carpet and like a TV like
kindergarten
That's
floor
like a
set
Vince thing. That's a WWE thing. Let WWE do that shit.
Exactly. And I believe it was on what was that? Was it Dynamite 250? Yeah, a few weeks ago. Did you watch the Ospreay MJF match that they had on TV?
Oh, yeah. That was amazing.
Amazing match.
Yeah,
I was watching
yeah.
this. I watched that match. I'm like, holy shit, AEW's back. They did a fucking ballsy-ass finish. MJF's the champion. It was insane. And then you come back from commercial. They got the fucking TV time thing in the ring. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, this could have been a great episode.
Going downhill, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. But back to the matter at hand. We were just burying Jericho this entire time.
I'm on the other side in a way where at first I hated it. This was after the whole allegations stuff too. And this is where he had to fucking come up with something because everyone was gonna fucking boo him and he was just gonna keep doing the whole Fozzy, gimmick. People were not having it, so he had to make that change. I was not liking it at first at all. It was fucking awful. I didn't want to like it. But the whole just like the most disingenuous thing ever. But he's like he has a smile behind it, in front of it. You know what I mean?
So
like
it has legs. It has legs
Hi,
for
guys.
sure.
But you had he gives you like bad news, but in the most like positive tone. I think that's really funny, but
he's onto something, but I don't think it's hitting. This needs to be a Hook win. You got to get that for the
fucking win. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to get that title off of him somehow because I just don't think that this feud has any more legs. They had a fun match. I think it was at Double or Nothing. Chris Jericho and Hook. That was actually a pretty fun match where Jericho won. And I thought that was the end of it. But no, apparently they stretched it all the way to Wembley. I'm going for Hook here. I think Hook needs to get that title off of Jericho. And then maybe Jericho can snap and, maybe add some longevity to the learning tree thing. But if he keeps going the way he's been going, that learning tree thing is just going to die a horrible death.
Put some respect back in Taz's name, god damn it.
For sure.
The legend. Fucking love Taz.
It's the fuck the world title.
It's fuck the world. I want Hook to say that on Dynamite.
We have a coffin match for the TNT Championship. It's Darby Allin versus Jack Perry, the scapegoat. What a difference a year makes.
Yeah, man. Jack Perry is champion.
Last year, Jack Perry mean mugged the camera and said, "Real glass, cry me a river." And he has reinvented himself as I don't want to say a badass, but he has completely churned that CM Punk situation into a positive because in reality, he was the scapegoat in that whole situation.
He added some grit to him.
Yes.
After all that,
Agreed.
Gotta love someone who has a little bit more grit.
Fuck yeah.
And that new TMNT.
The new TMNT title?
Oh, dude, I'm such a fucking mark.
I'm keeping that.
Oh my god, shut up.
All
on
right.
to the TNT title. Champion. Yeah, the new look for it, his style. I really like that a lot. Cuz
and he made that himself.
Yeah, I saw. It's really I know. Yeah, it's really cool, man. It adds a whole nother, flavor to it. I love it. I love that.
And the coffin match stipulation, I think that just adds more intrigue.
Oh, dude, they're gonna kill each other.
Oh, definitely.
these two could potentially be one of the top matches of the night just because the potential of someone fucking dying.
Oh yeah, it's Wembley Stadium. Darby's gonna go crazy.
Darby is willing to die, and Jack Perry probably has the ideas that could possibly kill him.
Yeah, because this year we've already seen Jack Perry set on fire. We've seen Darby pour gasoline on Jack Perry.
They're gonna there's going to be like a Quan Chi portal. They're going to go through it. They're going to fight on the pit. And then Jack Perry does like a pit fatality on Darby. Like, that's the only other thing I can say.
But yeah, I think Darby Allin is unfortunately going to get buried alive. It's not buried alive. Darby, it's not a buried alive match. I think Jack Perry is going to retain here. Jack needs to establish himself as a credible champion. And what better way to establish yourself than, kill Darby? Put him in the coffin.
Jack Perry just pimped out his title. He's not going to fucking lose this.
Oh, okay. They want to sell those replicas, brother.
It's cool. I like the red paint splattered on it.
It's a nice touch. It's a nice touch.
It's grit. It's grit, baby. It's grit.
Yeah. I got Jack Perry winning. Kyle, do you have Jack Perry as well?
Yes. Absolutely.
We have the AEW American Championship match. It's Will Ospreay versus MJF. We saw these two tear it up on Dynamite 250, and I can only imagine what they're going to do on Ospreay's home soil.
Oh, dude, yeah. I hope the match is an hour long, and it's a barn burner. I'm sure it will.
This is the match on the show where I'm truly unsure of who's going to win.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know. You're
who's unsure. Win. My bad. I misheard.
Yeah. No, yeah. I am absolutely unsure of who's going to win because they just made that international title the American title, and MJF is on a great resurgence. His heel run is just fabulous. Anything MJF does is fucking amazing. Ospreay, same way. Everything he does is amazing. I know he's going to put on a great showing in his home country, but I think MJF is going to retain.
Yeah, I agree. I think MJF is going to retain as well. Even though it's extremely possible Will Ospreay's in his hometown, that crowd is going to be on fire for him and is going to boo the living shit out of MJF. But what better way to get the most heat in the world for MJF to win? Yeah, it just seems like an MJF thing to do.
Will Ospreay is to the UK as Hulk Hogan was to America.
Yeah,
he is huge over there, and he had a great match. Minus the racism, of course. But Will Ospreay had a huge victory over Jericho last year in Wembley, and that was a great showing for him. And I think this is going to be an even better showing. As much as I love Ospreay, this is not going to be over between the two of them. MJF, he's winning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like the babyface needs to make the triumphant win. But yeah, I think MJF is going to win this. But this match is going to be bonkers. So I can't wait. This match, I'm tossed up between this match and another match. Actually, two other matches. Ooh. That could be match of the night.
What a great problem to have.
Yeah, like it really is. It really is, and it goes to show AEW does deliver with their pay-per-views, even though they're long as fuck. But that's okay.
Oh yeah. Up next, we got the TBS Championship. It is Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus Mercedes Moné.
How you feel about this?
I was super excited about it. I was really excited about it when Britt came back, and I believe it was at, Forbidden Door when Britt came at the end of the match with Mercedes, right? Was that Forbidden Door? Yeah, when Britt came out, yeah, when she had that stare down with Mercedes, I'm like, oh shit, it's on.
That was amazing.
Wembley. Let's fucking go. And they had a great promo battle, and then Britt got suspended, I believe, and it kind of took the legs out of this feud.
Yeah, so there was an apparent argument between MJF and Alicia Tao and Britt Baker.
I guess so. And Britt, she is a shit stirrer backstage. It's been known for quite some time. Her and Thunder Rosa have had issues. Even her and Jamie Hayter have had issues backstage. And I would love for this to be a Britt win, but I think Mercedes is going to retain.
Absolutely. I think Yeah, especially with Camille just coming in.
Oh, she's great.
I'm not entirely familiar with Camille's work because I never really watched NWA. I've only seen clips. But apparently she is fucking tremendous, and I can't wait to see more of her. So I think this is going to be like her moment over here. She's going to probably cost Britt Baker.
Definitely.
And definitely this feud is not going to be over. But I don't think it's going to happen with this match. But a lot of people would love to see Jamie Hayter and be just be there for Britt, which I would love to see Jamie Hayter. But
she would get a huge
I think it would
reaction.
Be better. I think it would be, in my opinion, I think it would be better for the Toni Storm match, just because I believe the last match where Jamie got injured was with Toni Storm, and I think you can kind of build a story there if you want to. But,
damn.
But that's if you want to put a halt on the Mariah May thing. I don't know how long they want to go with that. But I guess we'll see.
Are you excited for? I was gonna say, are you excited for the Britt Baker Mercedes match?
I'm excited, cause yeah, they're gonna fucking kill it. It's Britt Baker and Mercedes, but it does put a kind of dent with the whole suspension thing. Like it kind of dents the feud for now, at least at this moment. I don't really care story-wise, but I know whatever the match is, it's going to be extremely good.
It'll be cool. I'm sure it's going to be a huge moment for Mercedes.
They will pay it off in the match. Hopefully.
I would certainly hope so. But speaking of Toni Storm, the semi-main, we got AEW Women's World Championship on the line. Timeless Toni Storm.
I'm so happy this is semi-main.
Semi-main, it's Timeless Toni Storm versus Mariah May. This has been the best built feud of the entire card.
I agree 100%. This is like one of the main reasons why I want to tune in. I really loved Toni Storm is so fucking funny. I love her.
Oh my god, she is my current favorite performer. She's my current favorite women's performer in the industry right now.
She's great at everything, and even like Mariah May too. I was never familiar with Mariah May in Stardom, but when I got to see her like wrestle, oh man, dude, I fell in love with her.
she's a total package.
She's not only like incredibly gorgeous, she's a fucking great wrestler, and that heel turn, we all knew it was eventually gonna happen. But the fact that it happened so soon caught us all off guard, and it was an amazing turn.
And I initially thought, oh my
genius. God. So I am
it.
So excited to see these two. They're gonna kill each other, and Mariah May is even like, you're gonna see the death of Toni Storm. So like it's gonna be bloody as fuck.
Yep.
They're gonna beat the shit out of each other, and
they are going to mutilate each other.
So yeah, this could be the contender of match of the night. It's like this and Danielson, Strickland, and then Ospreay and MJF.
I'm so happy for the final 3 matches of the show because they're all well built. And you're right, the Mariah May feud, it just caught us by surprise. I had no idea it was going to happen that soon, but I'm so happy it did because that image of Mariah May on stage with a bloody Toni Storm and Toni's crying, screaming, Why? I took you under my wing. I loved you. And I initially thought it was Toni who was going to turn on Mariah May, but they swerved us. And oh my God, it was so good. One of the greatest, ending segments to a Dynamite ever, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. It was genuine shock. Genuine shock on my end.
Me too.
I was not expecting that. But yeah. Where's Mina Shirakawa and all this? I want to see where that goes. If I don't know, maybe we see Mariah May and versus Mina Shirakawa eventually.
Maybe Mina goes full heel, sides with Mariah, and then Jamie's there. Jamie Hayter comes to side with Tony.
That would be I don't know. But I would love to see Jamie Hayter involved.
That would be great. And this is only Act 1, for lack of a better term. This is Act 1 in this long story between Mariah May and Toni Storm.
Okay.
I think they're going to have more matches down the line. I'm thinking they have maybe they have a cage match. Maybe they have a last woman standing match, because we haven't seen a last woman standing match in AEW.
Mm-hmm. That's very true. Like, see, what you're saying is like that's amazing. That's perfect. Will they do it though? Will they fucking do it? Not sure. Because
I hope so, because Tony's
I'm sure
on
they're
top of the
smart
world.
enough. I'm sure they're smart enough to know where this goes. But sometimes the consistency just gets shifted, and we just start somewhere new, and we forget what just happens. You know what I mean? Until like a long ass break. And then at that point, you lose the momentum, what you had. So I guess we'll see where it goes, but I really hope you're right. Where this is just chapter 1 between Mariah May and Toni Storm.
So who do you have winning?
That's a good question.
This is another very unpredictable outcome.
I hope Tony wins.
I also hope Tony wins, but I think Mariah is gonna win the title.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
She's just freshly
turned, but you don't want to kill her momentum at the same time. So it's a double-edged sword. I would love to see Mariah win and have like a celebration on Wednesday, the Wednesday after All In, and then Tony crashes the celebration and wants a match at All Out, which is in a couple weeks, and then maybe they can extend the feud even further.
They could.
I'm not sure. They could go either way, and I'm sure it'll be fine. But I'm gonna go with Mariah May. I think Mariah is gonna win.
I'm gonna go Toni Storm.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't think she's gonna. I hope she doesn't drop it. Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet, dude.
Yet.
All right, Kyle. Main event time. It is the final countdown. Title versus career.
This is like nerve-wracking.
It is Swerve Strickland, the AEW champion, versus Bryan Danielson. If Bryan loses, he will never wrestle again.
What is this? Why did Bryan do this all of a sudden? How could you? He lied to me. He said he was going to do the whole year. Did he not?
Yeah, right? Yeah. His daughter had to be like, "Oh, Daddy, stop wrestling." And he's like, "Bet." I don't know, man.
Birdie, come on. Just a couple more months.
Just a couple more months, Birdie. Dad's got to fulfill his contract.
Your dad is the GOAT. You will realize that in a couple of years.
The thing is, Bryan said months ago in an interview that he wants to, he does want to put a period on his full-time career, but he still wants to wrestle if it's like a big match or a big event.
Yeah.
He wants to wrestle part-time until he's like 70. He even said that.
That's fucking crazy.
Bryan Danielson has had a hell of a run in AEW, but he has never sniffed that championship. He has had amazing championship matches with Adam Page. They had that time limit draw on Dynamite a couple of years ago. It was fucking amazing. And of course, one of my favorite AEW matches of all time, MJF and Danielson in the Iron Man match at Revolution last year.
Oh, dude, yeah.
That was a fucking barn burner. He's always sniffed the title, but he's never actually won it. I think Tony Khan loves Bryan Danielson so much that he is going to crown Bryan Danielson as the new AEW champion at the end of this show. I think so too. There's no... I guess there is a chance if, Bryan really just wants to end it there, but I doubt it. Bryan's going to be the champion. It was a good run, Swerve. It was a tremendous run for Swerve. His run was great. It was...
I fucking love Swerve, man. I'm so happy.
I
for
do
him.
too.
So
me too.
And he was extremely confident too, man. When he won that like strap, there was a real cool moment on just like, I don't know, on Busted Open. He was like talking with Bully. You don't have to put this in, but there was just like a cool moment where, like, on Busted Open, him and Bully, he was like calling them like premium live events, and Swerve is like, they're pay-per-views. Get them right, or something like that. They're pay-per-views.
AEW Shoot does pay-per-views.
I don't know. It felt like he got way more confident, and it just shows. He's fucking awesome. He's dirty, man. He's like a babyface, but like he will beat up your kids. He wants to.
Yes.
He will, yeah.
Swerve
like,
cut a promo on Hangman's Infant. Like, everything's on the table.
Yeah, exactly. And he just lets Prince Nana just dance.
That's
fine.
fine.
He no-sells it all the time. It's genius.
It really is.
But yeah, I don't know. It's tough because I want Hangman to win the Battle Royal. I think Hangman's going to win.
And you think Hangman's going to challenge Bryan again?
Maybe. Because isn't there unfinished business there too?
I believe so. They only had
so
2
maybe
matches.
you could do that, and then eventually get to Swerve. But I don't know. It seems like this Swerve and Hangman thing it's meant to be. So I honestly, this is why I'm not a booker, Andrew. I can't connect the dots like this. If it sounds cool, I'm just gonna go with it.
And I'm with you 100%. The story is way too good for Bryan to wrap his career here. I think he has a lot left in the tank, not as a full-time performer, but as a part-time performer. And I know that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to end his full-time career. But yeah, as much as I adore Swerve as a competitor and especially as a champion, his run has been terrific. I'm going with Bryan here. Bryan Danielson is going to be the happy ending. And
I'm also going Bryan.
Yeah,
Sorry
man.
to interrupt you.
No, of course. I think we can both agree there that Bryan winning would be, what a moment that would be. We saw him in the main event of WrestleMania 30 hold 2 of those titles, and now, fast forward 10 years later, we're going to see him hold that AEW championship in the middle of one of the biggest arenas on planet Earth. Yeah, it's got to be Bryan. This
is the last run, like last full-time run for like Bryan, and this is like kind of the end of the era of when we started getting back into wrestling, Andrew. Where we're watching Bryan, we're watching Punk, we're watching Cena, Randy Orton, and now they're the fucking like vets now, and they're closing and they're putting the bookend on their career. It's crazy to see. And so the fact that Bryan, this is gonna be his last year, it's bittersweet. So please let him fucking get that title. But yeah, guys, that is our thoughts for AEW All In London 2024. Sound off in the comments. What are your predictions? What are some surprises that you guys want to see? Enjoy the show, everybody, and we will see you very soon. Take care, guys.